how do you make the most of the next 4 weeks, of the next 30 days of the year, of this decade? And instead of throwing this month away, which I have done many times in the past, and please raise your hand if you have as well, where you're just like, oh, it's December, it's not even going to try. It's too hard, it's too many things, too many parties, it's too many pains, it's too much people, I have too many obligations, I'm not even going to try. It's not even worth it. January, for me. But how many times have you done that over and over again just to come to the same place? Like, how long are you going to tell yourself the same stories, the same lies, play the same games, and convince yourself that it will be different when it's never different? How long are you going to let yourself get away with that? Is it time to stop that BS and to actually start making like some realistic, healthy choices now in the moment? Because I will tell you, we convince ourselves that it has to take days and weeks and months and years to heal and to grow and to change. And yes, it does, because it does take time to break habits and it does take time to build consistency. But, and this is a huge but with a capital B and a U and a capital T, the real choice happens in a second. It happens in a mere thought, where you choose to do something different right this very moment, right this very second. You can plan and you can think ahead and you can organize out there, way out there, sometime in the future, whether it's tomorrow or next week or next year or next month, whatever. But ultimately, it's all going to come down to one thing. It's going to come down to this moment where you choose to be and do different. So how can you take your power back this month, this second, right now, as soon as you turn off this video? How can you finish this year feeling in momentum, feeling proud, feeling the ball is rolling, and instead of crashing into this next year, into this next decade, on the floor, wiped, dead, over-eaten, over-obligated, over-committed, what else do we got? Over-pumpkin, well, not really pumpkin spiced, over-peppermint spiced, right? How do we not crash ourselves into the ground so that we're starting way down here come January, and instead start already in motion, already knowing, already choosing, already being and acting from a place of choosing health, of not even just health. Like, this is so much bigger than just physical health or mental health. It is getting in touch and connecting with what is true for you, what you are really needing, what your body is really calling you for, is really craving, and listening, trusting, and acting and doing and thinking and being from that exact place. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to go over 3 things on how you can start acting from an empowered place, take your power back, feel proud, finish the year strong, fulfilled, and maybe even excited about what is to come in the future. The first thing is to connect to what you're really craving. What is your body really craving? When we feel this really uncomfortable, sort of chaotic, I have to have it now, like, need this now, like, dying for this, gotta have it, instant gratification, very uncomfortable feeling, maybe you feel tense, maybe you feel a little bit anxiety, panicky, I have to have this thing now, otherwise I'm gonna die, I'm gonna lose it. That is your body telling you it needs something. But sometimes the messages get mixed up, and when our body's telling us it needs something, somehow along the way, we interpret that need for instant gratification versus the real soul food. So what I mean is, we think what our bodies are craving is alcohol, is a way to numb out. For me, it was food. For many, many, many years, I binged ate to numb out, to self-soothe, to cope. So we crave food, we crave alcohol, we crave social media distraction. Oh, look at her life. Oh, look how pretty that is. We crave shopping. Let me go online and order a bunch of stuff because it'll make me feel good to have this stuff. Doesn't last. Watching and numbing out to TV, watching other people's lives live and progress and feel good. Meanwhile, you're not addressing your own. But it does help to numb out and cope with the TV. I'm pointing up here because that's where my TV is. Other people use sex, pornography, the internet, drugs. I mean, they could be physically addictive, they could be mentally addictive. There are so many things available to us to numb out, to cope, to disconnect us from what our bodies are truly craving, when really what our souls are really craving is connection. We crave vulnerability, we crave allowing to express ourselves, allowing to express those emotions, and when we suppress them, they manifest and explode in other ways. Sometimes we're bored, sometimes we're tired, sometimes we need a hug, sometimes we need to move our bodies. Hello? What am I talking about? It's been like 18 minutes and I haven't even mentioned exercise yet. Move our bodies, connect to nature. If you've ever heard of grounding, it is when you take off your shoes and your socks and you put your feet in the earth, you allow your body to just touch the ground, skin to earth contact. If it's below, 0 degrees, I probably don't recommend this, but use your discretion. A technique that I use to stop, breathe, and become aware and try and connect to what I think my body or what I feel my body really needs is a breathing technique. It is a 4-second inhale, an 8-second hold, and then an 8-second exhale. If you do this 3 times, it's a 60-second thing. If you tell me you don't have 60 seconds in the day, you're BSing. You're BSing yourself. I highly encourage this. Is one of the simplest things you can do, anyone can do, because we all breathe, to calm, to connect, and to become aware of what it is that we maybe need. So 4 seconds in, 8-second hold, 8-second release. Do this at least 3 times, so it's a full 60 seconds, but you could definitely do it for multiple minutes. The second thing, oh boy, I'm ready. Way into this. The second thing is do one small thing for yourself to connect to yourself. So what might that look like? Every one of us is different. Every one of us expresses connectivity in a different way, but some of the things that I have learned from my clients that are their favorites are creating, doing something, creating something with your actual hands, touching it, making it. Crafts, this is why crafts are very therapeutic. This is why carpentry or building things is very therapeutic, even decorating the apartment. But I will encourage you to do this off of some kind of electronic, like make it be an in real life thing. Moving your body, walking, sweating, getting your heart rate up, breathing deeper, because when we breathe deeper, we get into our bellies and out of our chests and out of our heads, and we get into our bodies. Get outdoors, walk in nature, get near water. I mentioned the grounding thing before. Read an actual book with real paper. Turn off your electronics, I mentioned that. Another thing that you can do for yourself is saying no. Say it with me. No. When an event comes up or an obligation comes up that isn't really the best thing for you to do to honor what you need. So that might be saying no to some things that you feel pressure to attend, or if other people are pressuring you to attend, or maybe you're just making up that you need to be at, that you need to be obligated to go to. Honor what's best for your mental health. And the third thing is, when you experience that hurt or that pain, that feeling, instead of judging, instead of criticizing yourself for it happening again, for it coming up again, for what you did, for whatever, instead practice giving yourself love and giving yourself compassion. No matter where we're at, no matter how low we are or how bad we've been, we really won't grow without healing, and we can't heal without accepting and giving ourselves love and compassion for where we're currently at. And I will say that pain and hurt come in many forms. It doesn't always look like crying. It doesn't always look like sadness. It looks like anger. It looks like resentment. It can look like hate. It can look like revenge. It can look like critical thoughts. It can look like, what's the word I'm looking for? It can look like isolation. It can look like disconnection. It can look like shutting down. All of these tools I'm giving you are helping you become aware of knowing yourself even better. Because when you are aware of yourself, it's from there that you can start to make change going forward. This third one might be the hardest one of all these recommendations, because we have had these things ingrained in us for a long time, the way that we talk to ourselves, especially when we're operating in a place that we're not proud of, that we're ashamed of, that we feel guilty about, that we feel like the victim for even being in this space at all. If someone did something to us in the past and now we have to pay for these consequences, you could feel very resentful about that. And I've totally been there many times. But either way, what is going to heal you is your responsibility, no matter what happened, no matter what you've been through, no matter how awful or traumatic it was. So that's a choice that, like I said, is a choice that happens in a moment. You decide that you are going to grow and heal no matter how hard it is, no matter what comes up, no matter what you have to face, no matter what darkness, what dark hallway you have to walk through. It is a choice that we make to go through the fire, to face the scary things that we've been running from for a long time. So that third one might be the hardest one, but it is the most gratifying, the most fulfilling, the thing that cracks us open in a way that has us finally like allowing ourselves to recognize what our soul needs and be fulfilled by what we not only need, but what we deserve. So thank you for watching this whole video. If you did, I'm so grateful to you. This month, there are a few discounts of coaching on my website, just because this is a really hard month for a lot of people, and I know having the extra accountability, the extra support, the extra coaching on how to work through this really difficult time of year and set yourself up for a powerful January and a powerful 2020 can be very helpful. So check out christinecoen.com/programs for that. The other thing that is always open and is always free is a space for my badass warriors, my badass women warriors. That is a Facebook group that I have called the Warrior Team. We are here to support each other. We are learning about ourselves, our awareness, our mental health, what we can do to empower ourselves to become the healthiest and best version of ourselves. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate everything and all your support and all your comments and all of your likes. So I'll see you in the next video.